That radio chick Cheryl Lee here. Welcome to the Still Rocking It podcast, where we'll have music, news reviews and interviews with some of our favourite Australian musicians and artists. Today we are catching up in the Zoom room with Australian country powerhouse Casey Barnes. He's announced his highly anticipated 8th studio album, Made for This, and it includes a fabulous collaboration on a powerful and deeply personal new single with old friend Pete Murray, Time to Burn, bringing together two of Australia's most respected and enduring artists, combining decades of songwriting experience in a track that feels both intimate and universal. At its core is a simple but resonant message: slow down, be present, and hold on to what matters most. Let's chat now to Casey Barnes. To catch up on podcasts from other favourite artists, simply go to thatradiochick.com.au. You're with Cheryl Lee, That Radio Chick, and I'd like to welcome into the Zoom room today with lots of exciting news, Casey Barnes. Thanks for joining us, Casey.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
See, I'm wearing my hat for the occasion.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
We chatted last, I don't know if you recall this, at Monday in 2024, and I was dressed all in blue.
I remember. That was one of my favourite festivals we've played, actually. It's, everyone that has played it has always said, it's one of their faves, and we finally got to do it, and it was such a great experience.
That was your first time. You and mine, we were both Monday virgins.
Yeah, isn't it incredible? Just the location and the amount of people that make the trek out there. It's just an experience that any Australian should put on their bucket list, I reckon.
Absolutely. And we'll definitely go back. We were doing the world record for the amount of people dressed in blue who could fit into a map of Australia. We got the world record. It was 7,200 odd people. Last year, they blew that out of the water and they did 9,000. And both times raised over 100,000 for fabulous charities. Have you been back since?
We're hoping to go back next year is the next opportunity. Love to do it again. This year will be all about the album tour. So
yes.
We're announcing all the dates this Monday, and then the album comes out August the 7th. So that's very exciting.
Well, I might even see you there next year because we plan to go back, and next year might be our first opportunity as well. So I'll see you down the front.
Oh, for sure.
Last time we chatted, you've got two very talented daughters, a beautiful wife who sings as well, a very talented family. You were just taking baby steps with appearing on stage with one of your beautiful girls. How is that all going?
Oh, she's going to be a little star, Charlie. She turns 18 this year, but, she's so talented. And actually, we're super excited about this. She's going to be opening for us when we do the tour in August. She's going to be opening for us in Brisbane and on the Gold Coast for both of those dates. So that's going to be exciting. And actually next week, she's starring in her high school musical. She's the lead. It's Rock of Ages is the school musical, so she's going to be the lead in that. So that's very exciting for her.
Good on her, bless her. You know what? I've got an 18-year-old Charlie as well.
Really? Girl or a boy?
Boy. And guess what? He was the lead in his Year 12 performance of Aladdin. He played Aladdin.
That's amazing. I
know, right? Good on her. Just before we get into all this fabulous news, because you've got so much news, I don't know if we've got enough time. It's all happening, which is fantastic. I just wondered, have you been mistaken for a member of the Barnes clan lately?
Oh, look, it was more so when I was early in my career. We might have spoke about it last time, but yeah, we had a few funny stories and occasions. No, thankfully, I've been doing it long enough that most people know who I am now, so it's good.
They don't think that you're Barnsley's daughter.
No, thank God. It was very strange, but no, we sorted that out. I met Jimmy at the APRA Awards a couple of years ago, and we both had a bit of a joke about that.
Yeah. Well, you could be another long-lost child.
Yeah, exactly. Or one of the tin lids, or it's nuts. It's crazy.
Yeah. What an amazing family, though.
Oh, yeah, and super talented.
Yeah. One last question before we get into all the good stuff. I'm interested to hear what you're playing in your car these days, since it's been a couple of years since we chatted, when you can listen to whatever you want in the shower or whatever.
Oh, geez, man. I always go back to, if I want to, step into a time machine, which I love doing. I love, you can go into Spotify and you can search any year. So, I grew up in the 90s, so throughout high school. So it's great to go back to like the ARIA Top 100 charts for 94 or 96 or whatever. And, you might be going for a run and it takes you back to all of that great music from when you grew up. So I love doing that. But if I don't have control over the stereo and we're in the car, it's usually the girls that are dominating with Harry Styles as their obsession. So we're off to see him in November down in Melbourne, and I'm secretly just as excited as they are. So I think it's going to be good.
My girls, I've got 3 girls, love Harry as well. I took them to see him when he came to Adelaide, and I think I enjoyed him even more than they did.
Oh yeah, he's phenomenal. I didn't get it until I saw him live on his last tour, and I'm like, yep, it all makes sense. He's a superstar.
Now, I'm going to take my hat off. Talking about superstars. Well, what should we talk about first, Casey? Will we talk about the new album Made for This, or will we talk about the collaboration with great mate Pete?
Oh, geez. We can talk about the album. We just announced that on Monday. So that's been over two years in the making, and very, very excited. It's I think the best album we've put together, and lots of little surprises like the song with Pete. And yeah, very, very excited for everybody to hear it when it comes out.
I'm having a read and it really sounds amazing. I can't wait. So this is your 8th studio album. It's called Made for This. You can pre-order it now, vinyl, CD, digital, limited edition bundles. So get onto caseybarnes.com.au. Absolutely. In fact, I'm waiting for the postie to arrive. They're dropping off some merch samples for me today. So we've done these limited edition flanos that I'm really excited about, which a lot of the fans are already ordering those, and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm looking forward to sampling the merch, and also we're bringing it out on vinyl as well. So so that's all exciting. We do love us a little bit of vinyl. Is it black, or have you gone new age and gone for a coloured vinyl?
I spent a lot of time designing the actual vinyl itself. You could go for the stock standard black, but I wanted something that was really unique. So we've gone for this marbled, sort of like a green emerald sort of vibe. There's the artwork's on my website, but it looks incredible. So I'm excited about that.
We do love vinyl, and having a nice colourful one just makes it that little bit more special.
It does. Even if it is more expensive, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But I like to feel my music and read it and cover to cover.
Yes.
And keep it forever.
Like the good old days, 100%.
Yes. And listen to it from, side A, track 1 till the end. Flip it over, side 2, track 1 till the end. It's a story, isn't it?
It is.
Different than the just throwing out singles, which happens a little bit these days.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. And I, go back to, even the days in the 90s again where CDs were such a big thing, and you'd save up for ages to go and buy your favourite albums, and you really treasured them. You looked through and read all the lyrics and the credits, and you really looked after every album. So something that I miss a little bit, because I think we valued music a little bit more back in those days, rather than it being such a, easy to access commodity now, where I don't think a lot of the younger generation appreciate it as much, because they're sort of like, okay, on to the next one all the time.
Yes. I mean, Spotify is magnificent for the reasons that you said. You can pick a year, you can pick a genre, and you can go down a rabbit hole. But there's nothing like just putting on an album, is there?
No, 100%.
And hearing that crackle.
Exactly.
Now, this album has got something for everybody. It's got a little bit of everything, hasn't it?
It does. Yeah, it does. obviously your up-tempo stuff like Made for This, which is the theme for the NRL this season on Channel 9. So that's, if you want to get amped up on a Friday night, that's your go-to song. And then there's a few ballads, really personal songs. There's a track there called The Woman That You Are, which is a dedication to my wife, who's been a huge part of my career, and I owe her so much. So it's a really personal song. And then there's another track there called Still in the Fight, which is, I think, got the potential to become a real anthem for anybody that's been through hardships to get to where they are now. And I think it's a song that, literally every person could probably relate to those lyrics. And then Time to Burn is the new one with Pete, and that's a collaboration that we've been wanting to work on for a long time. And it's another important message about making that time to appreciate life while we've got it. It goes past so fast. Talking about our kids growing up, it feels like yesterday that they were babies and toddlers, and now my oldest is about to turn 18. So that's a song that's got another really important message too.
And there's a fun one in there as well. Buy That Girl a Beer. I can't wait to hear that one.
You can actually, because that one's already been released as a single, but it's a little bit of a catch, that one too, because when you see the title, it sounds like it's going to be some sort of funny tongue-in-cheek sort of track. It's actually not. It's actually got a really serious message behind it as well, and it's more a metaphor of like, if there's been something that you've ever wanted to go and do it, don't be afraid to take a shot, buy the girl a beer, or take that chance or that risk, or, don't sit there in life and go, geez, I wish I had done that, whatever that dream is that you've got. So buying that girl a beer is more the metaphor behind the song.
I love it.
Yes.
I noticed that you worked very closely with M² on this album. Not only did they do some of the producing, a lot of the producing, but Michael Painter also was co-writer on quite a few of the songs.
Yeah, I've been working with the boys from M² for, I think nearly 15 years. And when I first started working with them, they really mostly just did pop stuff. They hadn't really dipped their toe into country, but now they've produced a lot of country albums. Yeah, Michael Painter, a lot of people are getting to know his name now. He's an absolute superstar in his own right, one of the best voices in the country. And
no pun intended.
Yeah, he's about to play John Farnham in the musical for The Voice. It's crazy. So he is one of the most talented guys I've ever worked with, and great songwriter.
And he was the lead in Jesus Christ Superstar. I flew my girls over to Sydney, I think, to see them because it didn't come to Adelaide. My goodness, what a voice he has.
Yeah, every time I get to work with him, I'm always grateful, and that's one of the things I've learned, when we're in the studio recording, he always gets the best out of you vocally because he's such a great singer. So, we'll be recording the vocals literally on this whole album, and he's so pedantic about every single line, which is great because you want to make sure you get the best out of yourself. Yeah. And I've learned a lot.
I was going to say pedantic, but I'm glad you said it. But, like you say, it gets the best out of you. The current tour dates, the tickets again, caseybarnes.com.au.
We're actually announcing the full tour on Monday. So that's going to include basically Cairns, Townsville, Rockhampton, Gladstone, Gold Coast, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Tassie.
Adelaide?
I'm hoping to add an Adelaide date. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch. So that all goes on sale next week, which is exciting too.
Yeah, so watch this space.
Yes, absolutely.
See when Casey's coming to a town near you. Sounds fantastic. Let's talk a little bit. How long have we got, Casey? We've got time to quickly talk about the collaboration with Pete?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Music heavyweights, that's you and him. ARIA APRA and Golden Guitar Award winning Casey Barnes and the iconic million-plus selling singer-songwriter Pete Murray joined forces for a powerful and deeply personal new single, Time to Burn. Now, I watched the video, loved it. I loved its simplicity, just two of you, your guitars. That was awesome. Tell us about the collaboration and getting together and making that song, which, like you said, also has a fabulous message.
Yeah, well, Pete and I have known each other for 20 years, believe it or not, and we've been mates and often confided in one another. And often given each other advice throughout our careers, because he's done a lot. And also as my career's gone along, he's often asked me for bits and pieces of advice, and we have a huge respect. And we've always talked about, hopefully releasing a song together, but it was just about the right timing and the right topic. And it all sort of stemmed from a simple conversation that I was having with my wife about how fast this year's already going and how our daughter's about to turn 18 and life is going by so quickly. And it's crazy. We're all so driven in our jobs, in your career, and you're always thinking about the next things that you want to do instead of stopping and going, how grateful are you to actually have today and live in this incredible country that we live in. And I'm just like, this is such a great idea for a song. And I took that to Pete, and he loved it. We wrote it with Michael Painter as well. And yeah, Time to Burn. And it's all about making
smelling
time.
The roses.
Yes. And it's like your father sitting you down and giving you the talk and saying, hey, listen, son, you might think you've got it all worked out, but here's a bit of advice that you might want to take on board. And it's something that I have to keep reminding myself of as well, because, when you're in this career in the music industry, you're always so driven about the next things you're wanting to do all the time. And it's like, you got to slow down and, be grateful.
I'm so glad that you recognise that. Like last week, I was organising a 60th birthday party for myself, a band, a venue, food, and I blinked and now I'm 61.
Crazy.
How did that happen?
I know. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I must say, when I was listening to the song, that, you sang great in it, loved it, but something happened when Pete came in, and I feel like almost you could sing it fabulously. Pete could do a fabulous version, but together you're almost bigger than the two individual parts.
Yeah.
It's like magic happened.
I was doing an interview the other day and the announcer said the same thing. And she was comparing it to like Tim and Tam and Tick and Tock. She's like, the two things go so well together. I think she was trying to make that point. But yeah, I mean, I've always loved Pete's voice. He's got that really cruisy sort of tone to his vocal. And yeah, it worked great together. And I'm just glad that we finally got to do it.
Everybody involved also very clever and talented, because halfway through there's the change of perspective when he's talking to his son.
Yes. And it's true, like Pete got quite emotional when we were writing it the day that we wrote the song, because he lost his father when his father was quite young. So his dad was only in his 40s. And so it really hit home for him. Now his sons are getting to that 18, 20 sort of age. He really wants to make sure they get that same message. So I think, from a sentimental point of view, it really resonated with him, as it does with me, with my own kids too. So it's a song that I hope plenty of Australians get to hear.
I really, really feel like they're gonna. I feel like it's a really important song.
Yeah, radio's already playing it quite a bit. It's great country radio playing it, but it's also getting played on commercial radio, which is nice too. So yeah, super grateful.
And it's on quite high rotation on my show.
Love that. Love that. Thank you.
We wish you all the best with all the exciting things that are happening. The release of the album, get on and pre-order it, everybody. Where can they check out the video?
Oh, yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, if they search Time to Burn, it'll come up with either, obviously, myself and Pete. So it's there. Yeah, check it out.
Good luck with all the tour dates. Can't wait to see the Adelaide date. Then I shall see you down the front here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Is that everything, Casey?
Yeah, that's
Is there anything
great.
else you wanted to touch on?
No, that's perfect. Thank you very much.
Well, I'll let you get to the rest of your day then, and I'll see you next time you're in town.
Absolutely. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks again.
See ya. Bye.
You are listening to Still Rocking It, the podcast with Cheryl Lee.
Let's go out with Time to Burn, Casey's brand new duet with iconic Australian singer-songwriter Pete Murray. The pair's first ever collaboration. The track has already struck a chord with listeners thanks to its heartfelt message about slowing down, staying present, holding on to the moments that matter most.
Time to burn. You're with Cheryl Lee, that radio chick. Thank you so much for joining me on the Still Rocking It podcast. Hope to catch you again next time. Get out when you can, support Aussie music, and I'll see you down the front.